Wow, Manchester United 2, Liverpool 1. Unbelievable performance, unbelievable atmosphere, and an unbelievable result. It was absolutely brilliant all the way through the game. Yes, we conceded late on, but that shouldn't cloud what a great performance that was. I'll hold my hands up straight away. I could not see that coming, and you saw my predictions. You saw how I was feeling about the game, and I'm sure a lot of you guys were as well. I spoke about it before the game, of some of the pros about it in terms of how fragile Liverpool are and where we could hurt them, and we absolutely did it. But forget tactics and stuff like that. We did all the basics right. From minute one, we were absolutely in their faces. We didn't allow them any time on the ball. And the crowd fed off that energy from the players. And even if you rewind a little bit further before the game, the protests out here done in the right way, I haven't heard anything bad from that. I just feel like the whole place was just lifted by the unity of the fans. I actually do feel that. And I feel like that energy was transferred into the ground when it was absolutely packed. There was a little bit about #empty Old Trafford, but I think that's why I was saying in the previews and some of the shows we've been doing, be in there, be loud, be vocal. There was so much chanting, towards the Glazers and the ownership inside the stadium, loud and proud. And the players just fed off that energy. And they gave a bit back from minute one. Malacia straight in on Mo Salah. Diogo Dalot straight in on Luis Diaz. Martinez straight in on Bobby Firmino, or just winning duels. Unbelievable. And you know what? Erik ten Hag, I think we're starting to get a glimpse just in that game, and I know it's only one game, but it's been too negative. It's been so bad for so long. I'm not doing any of the not get carried away thing. I'll do that a little bit towards the end when I dissect the video, when I dissect the performance, or after I finish dissecting the performance. But Erik ten Hag, I think we've started to see a little bit of what he's about. Actually, a lot of what he's about. Because, I always say that line of when he said, I can look players in the eye and make big decisions. He made big decisions today, bold decisions, that if they went wrong for Erik ten Hag today, the hounds would have been out. The pressure was on. Could he demand a reaction from his players? Could he get a reaction after how bad we were against Brentford? And he absolutely nailed it. The players were committed. The players were smart. The players were passionate. And those three things they gave us the springboard for then quality, the fourth thing, to come through and shine. Because you don't get the quality to shine unless your basic application in the game is spot on. That's all we had to do, was be on it, was be in their faces and show that we wanted that game and we wanted to win the game from the offset. In the first 3 minutes, like I said, when you go smashing into tackles, it gets the fans up. The roar that was coming out from Casemiro through to the players, Casemiro being unveiled through to the players walking on the pitch for the game. The players had to set that tone. How many times have we seen us start games slow, not on the front foot, not wanting it? And we smelt the blood early and was absolutely at it. I just couldn't believe that type of performance. And it was so refreshing to be inside the stadium, fully behind the team in that way, where they're giving us the energy that we can reciprocate right back to them. We're feeding off each other. That's exactly how it should be in Old Trafford. That's how it should be every single game, not just for Liverpool. Not just for Liverpool. But I'm so proud of them today, because you know what? It could have been easy to go hiding. It could have been easy to be stuck low on confidence, like I thought they would be. I'm so happy to be proved wrong. You guys are so happy to be proved wrong. And to a man, there isn't one player who played today who didn't do a fantastic job of what they've been asked to do. Martinez, Jamie Carragher gave graphics last Monday, Monday Night Football, explaining. His words were, what did he say? Lisandro Martinez can't play at centre-back in the Premier League, and here's why. And he brought up a graphic saying that, Brentford went long more than they normally would. Here's the percentage of long passes that they normally play. Brighton don't normally play this much long passes, but look what they did. And that's why Martinez can't play centre-back. Sit down. It's almost like Martinez heard that. It's almost like he watched that Monday Night Football and said, what are you on about? What on earth are you on about? Now, look, did it help that Martinez wasn't up against a big forward in Darwin Núñez or Erling Haaland or someone like Ivan Toney or someone even like Danny Welbeck? Yeah, I think that helped his game. The fact that he was playing against a Bobby Firmino who literally vacated the whole area and dropped deep. So essentially he wasn't having to mark somebody one-on-one. But did that stop him being tenacious? Did that stop him winning his duels? Did that stop him winning headers? Absolutely not. And it would have been a different game if there was a different threat up there. Of course it would have. But one thing I like about Lisandro Martinez is that, yes, they call him the butcher and he's so aggressive, but he also has that calmness and that way of reading the game to just be in the right place. And if he's not, he will use his body, he will use his head to make sure he gets there and gets the job done. Him and Varane today were absolutely fantastic, and it was a big call to drop Maguire. Yes, okay, I'm not going to try and pile in on the witch hunt and say, sit down, Maguire, don't play, you're not good enough. It's not about that. We've just won at home 2-1. It's about the players that played, but it is a big thing for Erik ten Hag to do that and show players that nobody's undroppable. Luke Shaw will be looking at that and saying, that's the benchmark. Let's get on to Tyrell Malacia. Absolutely unreal. He had about 5 sets of lungs today. He was absolutely devastating. Yes, Mo Salah scores, late on. Okay, he's always gonna get a chance or two. But most of the game, Malacia had him on lock. Mo Salah did not want it with him. He was tenacious. He was first to the tackle. He was first to the ball. His reading of the game, his anticipation of the game, his willingness to overlap and get forward, his willingness to track back. And like if even Faz says, turn throw-ins, turn corners into throw-ins just by putting in that extra 10%. And again, it fed the crowd. I was up off my seat, single-handedly clapping individuals for doing amazing work. Diogo Dalot showing that hunger and that tenacity. Again, the same adjectives I'm using, that fight, that determination to say, Diaz, you're not getting past. You're not getting past. Scott McTominay today asked to do a different type of job, come in there and be a screen and be physical. He did that. Marcus Rashford, he really, really needed that as well. Had a little bit of a dodgy first half, but the main thing that he was doing was he was making runs, he was being active. And that's why we won the game today, guys. You know what? We can talk about tactics and we can talk about individual brilliance. You look at in the calm moment, I'll get to Jadon Sancho's goal in a minute because it was a fantastic goal. But the reason why we won that game is because we did all of the basics right. And I'm so happy because, Liverpool it's actually Liverpool are in the mud. Imagine that. The first 2 games of the season, we were absolutely shocking, okay? Fair enough. But we've beaten Liverpool. It's them that's in the mud. How you doing, guys? We didn't see that coming, did we?
No.
We didn't see that coming at all.
When we met up before, obviously, we didn't even... But we were talking about it and we're thinking, look, they're going to... they might have come at us a little bit quicker.
But it was the other way round.
It was the other way round. It was like literally the roles had reversed.
Yeah.
I know, obviously, we were talking about when we were at the game last year.
Yep.
Losing Pogba, and you look at it now, and you look at how the team were performing. I don't mean to, Harry's a great player, great person, but the difference of the transition from defence into midfield, straight into attack, Martinez, Eriksen passing. I mean, it was nice. It was like watching a good United team that we've all been waiting for. These last 2 games where we've lost, and I think we can all say that was like us watching the last 2 seasons where we've been, what are you doing? Why aren't we playing? Why aren't we running? And this game, it was the other way around. And I'll tell you something, despite what was going on with the protest outside the club, inside the club, the atmosphere was electric.
It was brilliant. And the players fed off that, didn't they? Yeah. Like, Old Trafford was absolutely bouncing. How are you feeling about it?
Really surprised. I'm absolutely really shocked. But yeah, no, they did really well.
They did.
Yeah.
Do you think now that's the springboard now to go on and build some confidence? Because we want to see consistency, don't we?
I think the key word there is consistency. We have to springboard off of it. At the end of the day, we springboard above Liverpool. I think, what are they on, 2 points and we're on 3? Just to put that in there.
Imagine.
So obviously we've got to kick on. The season's long. We've got a lot of important games that are going to be coming up. The World Cup break's going to cause a lot of problems and issues. But I think what Ten Hag's got is players that have reacted to him. The signing of Casemiro has helped as well. And I think obviously, the way this consistency needs to come quickly. We've got a big test against Southampton. Don't underestimate them. They
went to Leicester and won.
Exactly, and they've got a very good formation of a team. They play, they press, they work hard. Shea Adams has been on good form over the last 3 years. Yeah. So there's some frailties that we've got to make sure that we keep away from our defensive thing. And I'm very excited about seeing how Casemiro fits in alongside Eriksen, Bruno in that little 3 and just see that work rate pump up again.
Listen, guys, get home safe.
Yeah,
I'm going to carry on wrapping up. Thank you.
Cheers,
Good to
guys.
see you. Take care. See you later. Nice one, guys. Safe travels. And that's just what it means to people. People are just buzzing, absolutely buzzing. And I spoke to those guys before the game, and we weren't feeling too confident and stuff like that. But yeah, I even forgot where I am now. But basically, that's basically the reason why we won. You know, he spoke about it there, the passion and the willingness to run. Just give a good account of yourself as honest footballers, and show that you want it more than the opposite numbers. And you have to big up Ten Hag today. He got it absolutely spot on. He got a reaction out of every single one of his players. He fed off the energy from the crowd. He demanded that from his players, and he got a reaction. That's all you can ask for. And he made big decisions. You know, they're talking about Harry Maguire there. You look at Luke Shaw. Those guys are looking at it thinking, Jesus, how do I get back in this team? And I really hope Erik Ten Hag, you know, keeps that core, because actually it looks like a good springboard. It's only one game, of course, but it was fantastic. I have to talk about Anthony Martial as well, because wow, to be out for a couple of weeks injured and to come on and put in a 45-minute display of that quality was absolutely brilliant. Yes, we have question marks over Tony with how long can he do it for. Can he be that guy? But when you see him play like that, that's why we get frustrated, because we know that that's in there. We've seen it over the whole time he's been here, that sort of player is in there. But the glue, the half turn, taking it on the chest, you know, winning headers, and he sets in Rashford, and Rashford goes and scores, who, by the way, really needed that good finish from him. And Jadon Sancho, wow, to sit down those players like he did and put that ball in the bottom corner was absolutely brilliant as well. So my man of the match, I'm going to go Martinez. I'm going to go Martinez because of the stick that he's faced, especially on national television, on, you know, almost the biggest show on mainstream Monday Night Football. Hearing Jamie Carragher list exactly why he can't play in that position, to ironically see him play in that position and smash his team, it was poetry, absolutely poetry. So Cara is going to have to take that. Interesting about Ronaldo as well. I thought we looked really fluid without him. If Ronaldo does leave, I know Bruno said some things, if Ronaldo does leave, then we're going to have to bring in a replacement, but it really looked good when he wasn't playing. So that was interesting to see as well. Smash a like on the video, subscribe if you're new. The first 3 points of the season. The title challenge has now commenced. This is now the first day of the season. We've got off to a good start. Forget the first 2 games. But more importantly, we've got to go into Southampton and put in a performance, because actually, fans are right. We need to play with that intensity every single game. Not just at home because it's against Liverpool and the fans are up for it because there's been a Glazers out protest. What are you going to do at 12:30 on Saturday at St Mary's and at an away ground? You know, what are you going to do at Leicester after that, or is it Palace? I can't remember. What are you going to do in those games? It's really tough. I think next home game here is Arsenal. That's going to be tough. So we have to be at it and show it every game. But I'm so proud of the boys. First 3 points. Peace.